we also, one of the rules actually is you're supposed to turn off your video for your own security reasons. So Millie, if you can switch off the video for us, yeah, because videos, they distract other learners because then they want to see what's happening on your background and everything. So yeah, so no videos. As you come in, you just have to switch off your videos. This applies to all the to all the classes. All right, so we did inverse operation of multiplication, and then yeah, so we did some division. So I thought these first 7 minutes, actually I'm going to give it 7 minutes. I understand that not everyone learns so fast and understands so fast. So okay, let me leave this one. Okay, I want us to do the doubling. That is what yesterday we went through it very fast. So I want us to do the doubling and then the halving, and then today we're actually doing problem solving. So then we'll do problem solving. This will also help those that are late, because I see people are still coming in. As I said yesterday, it feels like in a class, you know, when you started teaching and then people just walk in, they start walking in, it feels like that. So guys, let's be early. Okay. So doubling is the inverse of halving, and then inverse means opposite. So doubling is the opposite of halving. And then I wanted to show you this method that will actually work easier for you. Oh, actually, I want to do this. Okay. The method that will work easier for you when you are doubling. These people. Let me just move this thing here. Okay, so the first number that we have is 410. Hi guys, hi guys, hi guys, hi guys. It's fine, Zara, it's okay. I understand, you know, I understand the data and everything. So don't worry, it's okay, guys. You just catch up on YouTube. We started uploading our videos on YouTube, so you can catch up there. Okay, so I've seen someone say the answer for 410 is 820. So how do you get this 820? Because you're doubling, it means that you just have to double. You know, double means to make a number twice as much. So 0, if we double 0, guys, 0 is 0. So I said yesterday, as I was explaining, I think I was explaining too fast. So I said we double coming from the units going forward. So don't double from the front going backwards. We double from the units going backwards. So we double 0. And as you write your answer, also grade 5, you write your answer from the units. So you write your answer from the units. So if I double 0, is 0, it doesn't change. And then if I double 1, so 1, actually you can actually say 1 plus 1, and then it's 2. And if I double 4, it means I must say 4 plus 4, and then I get 8. So that is how we double. And then number B is 808. Okay. It's 808. So we double coming from the units. So we say 8 plus 8, right? Which is 16. So you write it as 16 there. We write it as 16. And then, or you can write it as 6 and then carry 1. And then we double 0. If we double 0 plus 0 is 0 plus the 1 that you carried, we write it down. Now this is the 1, if you can follow my mouse. And then we double 8 again as 16. So you write it as 6 and 1. And then number C, we are doubling 4,143. So you then double 3. So 3 plus 3 is 6. You see, you're working from the units. So you write the 6. And then 4 plus 4 is 8. Then you write 8. 1 plus 1 is 2. You write 2. And then 4 plus 4 is 8. And then you write 8. So doubling and adding that number twice is the same thing. Remember, we have so many methods of doing this. And then the last one, 2,755, you double 5. So 5 plus 5 is 10. So you write down the 0 and carry the 1 in your head, because the doubling and halving, most of the time you find it in mental maths. You always find it, mental maths, even if it's an assessment, you find it in mental maths or maybe in a multiple choice. So 5 plus 5 is 10. You write down 0, you carry 1 in your head, or you can just put up your finger to remind yourself that you have carried 1. And then we say 5 plus 5 again, or double 5 is 10, plus the 1 that you carried is 11. So we write down this 1. and then we carry the 1 either in your head or you can use your finger and point 1. And then so we carried 1, and then you double 7. 7 plus 7 is 14, and then plus the 1 that we carried as 15. So we write down the 5, and then we carry 1. So you can carry 1 on your finger also or in your head. And then we double 2. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus the 1 that you carried is 5. So then the answer is 5,510. So if you use this method, you can be able to double any number. You double any number, so, and it's actually good for your mental maths. And then looking at the halving now. So halving is the inverse of doubling. So we have halving, we have doubling. So half these numbers, halving these numbers. So the first number that we have is 508. So now with division, it works a little bit different. Remember I said with multiplication, we have to work from units going, forward. But now, no, it's fine, Lunako. Okay, Bushle was actually okay doing it there. All right. Hi, Neon. All right. So because we are doing inverse, when we did doubling, we were doubling from the back going forward. Now because we're doing halving, so we halve from the front going backwards. So if we have if we have 5, so we say 5 divided by 2, right? Or we count in twos because we are halving. So halving is counting in twos. So we say 2, 4. So that's 2, remainder 1. We put the remainder on the next number. So that's what you have to do. So it's the opposite part. And then when you put the 1 on the 0, it becomes 10. And then we say half of 10, or 10 divided by 2. So we count in 2. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 5. So you write down the 5. And then 8. So half of 8, or we count in twos until we reach 8. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 4. So half of 508 is 254. You see? So instead of working from the backwards, instead of working from the units, we now work from the front. So work from the front. These cars. Okay, and then making so much noise. Looking at number B is 992. Okay, I think this also happens in class because my class is right next by the road, and then I'm busy teaching. Then I remember my previous school. Our school is among the houses. I think most of the schools are like that. And then it's a Friday. Then you're busy teaching. Then someone starts playing a piano, and then the kids start dancing, and you're busy teaching. Sorry, that's how it feels like now with these cars making noise passing by my house. Okay. Coming back to number B. So the number is 992. Right, and then we are halving. Am I in a lady? Okay, all right, I'll try to be slow. Okay, Bill, sorry. No, I was telling a joke there. I wasn't teaching. I was saying these cars that are passing by, they remind me of my previous school where the school was in front of houses. And then on a Friday, you are busy teaching maths there, and then these houses, they start playing amapiano. And then you're busy teaching, then you hear abantwana ma-uba. Oh, and then the learners, you know how you guys are. You start dancing. Okay, coming back to maths. 992, I said, because we are halving. Remember when we were doubling, we started working from the units going forward or going backwards. But now because we are halving, we start working from the front going from the front going backwards. So let's halve 992. So we start from this 9. We say what is half of 9. Because we are halving, it means we are dividing by 2. And when we divide by 2, we're actually counting in twos, right? So if we're counting in twos, so we'll say 2, 4, 6, 8. We can't say 10 because the number that we are looking for is 9. So if I say 2, 4, 6, 8, that's 4 times. So you write 4, and then remainder 1, because from 8 going to 9, you are left with 1, right? And the remainder 1, you put it right in front of the next number. which is 9. So if we put 1 on the 9, we now have a 19, not a 10, right? Because we are dividing now. So it's a 19, not a 10. Then we say 19, we halve 19, or we say 19 divided by 2, or we count in 2s until we reach 19. So we say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. We cannot say 20 because 19 will have passed 19. And then it's 9. And then from 18 going to 19, we are left with 1. So that is our remainder. That remainder, we put it next to 2 here, and then in front of 2 actually, then it's 12. Okay, we're actually doing division the week after, so you understand if maybe you still struggle with short division. And then we put the 1 on the 2, and then now we have a 12. And then we say, what is half of 12? Or we count, or we say 12 divided by 2. So if we have 12, then we get a 6. So then you write the 6. So that is the easiest way of dividing by 2 or of halving. So the answer is 496. And then looking at number C, we are halving 6,018. So we start working from the 6. Okay, with division, by the way, we start working from 6, from the front number. And with multiplication, we start working from the backwards. You see also. So we say half of 6 is 3, or 6 divided by 3 is 2. And then we say half of 0 is 0, because, yeah, 0 divided by 2. Okay, it's an error, but it's 0. And then we say half of 1. Is there half of 1? Okay, we don't write half. So half of 1 is still 0. And then we say half of 18 as 9. Okay, this I'm also going to explain when we do division. Okay, and then the number D is 7,314. So we start working from, remember also, when I'm saying we start working from the front of the number, also when we do division, you must remember that. We say half of 7 is 3, so because it's 2, 4, 6, remainder 1. The remainder, we put it in front of 3, so that we have a 13, because it's remainder 1. Then we say half of 13 is 6, because it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, remainder 1. And then the 1, we put it in front of the 1. Now we have an 11. And then you say half of 11, so it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then it's 5, remainder 1. And then the 1, we put it in front of the 14, of the 4, sorry, so that it becomes 14. And then we say half of 14 is 7. You can't see the sums. Lily says, Ma'am, I can't see the sums. Okay, who else can see the sums, guys? Okay, Lily is stressing me. One of you can just tell me. Sam, Amanda also can't see the sums. So you can't see. Hey, Batum. Okay, so you can't see number D there. Okay. Or Zara says, okay, Sbu. Okay, Pray says, I can see. All right. It's blank. Hi, Bo. Okay, Ritable says, I can see. Or only now can I see. What happened? Okay, so you guys can see. Oh, I don't know what happened. Okay. Now, okay, Lunako. Can you see now what I've projected? Okay, you have to see a box of pens. Can you see? Okay, Amanda, yes. Butle, yes. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Okay. Okay, good. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to move away from the charts now. Okay, good. Okay, so that is doubling and halving, right? So today we are doing multiplication. Just have to go back a little bit. Sorry, guys. I'm just going back. I want us to look at our success criteria. So today we are doing problem solving in multiplication. So by the end of the lesson, you will know. So we're done with doubling and halving. That was yesterday's lesson that I wanted to bring people forth, because I every time when I feel like I taught maybe too fast, I go back, because I want people to understand. It defeats the whole purpose if I just go too fast and then people don't understand because of time. So now, today, we are now on today's lesson, right? So if you're late, you didn't miss anything, you only missed what we did yesterday. But if you understood it, then it's fine. Okay, so by the end of the lesson today, you will know how to skim and get the important information on problem solving. And then you're also going to know which information to use when solving a problem. And you also know that you can use any multiplication method that you understand to solve a problem. So with problem solving, you can use any method unless and until your teacher tells you you have to use the column method or you have to use the breaking down method. Obviously, your teacher, or you have to use the lattice method. Your teacher would tell you the method that your teacher have told you. So your teacher cannot say you have to use the lattice method and they didn't teach you the lattice method. But most of the time, as Cap says, we do not tell you that you guys should use this method. We tell you to use a method that you understand, so that yeah, we don't limit you. We want you to be individuals, so we don't limit you. So that is our success criteria. So this we have already done. Okay, I'll just fast forward. Okay, so coming here, so the first problem that we have, it says that a shop sells boxes of pens at 22 rands a box. So a shop sells boxes of pens at 22 rands a box. How much will a teacher pay if he buys 18 boxes? So if one box is 22 rands and then a teacher wants to buy 18 boxes, so is this teacher supposed to carry more than 22 rands? Is the teacher supposed to carry less than 22 rands? So I always say with problem solving, you have probably heard me saying this. In problem solving, you have to personalize and you have to visualize. So instead of saying how much will a teacher pay, you can say how much will Praise pay, how much will Neo pay. So personalize it. So if one box is 22 rand and then I want to buy 18 boxes, am I supposed to have more than 22 rands? Am I supposed to have less than 22? Will 100 rands be enough? So those are the questions that you ask yourself before you can attempt. And then with problem solving, guys, there are 4 operations that you can do with problem solving, especially in an exam where you won't be doing a topic of multiplication or doing a topic of addition. It's an exam, you are given a problem, and then you don't know whether you must add, you don't know whether you must subtract, you don't know whether you must divide or you must which one did I forget? Or you must multiply. So there are 4 operations. So it's either you can add, multiply, divide, or subtract. So every time you see a problem in an exam, guys, especially for exams, make it make sense to you. So if one box is 22 rands and a teacher and I want, or you can say Olutando wants 18 boxes, are you supposed to have more than 22 rands? If I have 100 rands, is it going to be enough? And then in this case, because you have to have more money, so which calculation, when we do it, it gives us more. And then you go to subtraction. When you subtract, no, it actually gets less. You see, you're making sense of your thinking. If I say subtract, if I say 22 minus 18, because most of you, when you see sums, you just do any operation that comes to your head. So Amanda, will you say 22 minus 18? Will it make sense? Because 22 minus 18 will give you 4. So does it mean that the teacher will need 4 rands? No, it doesn't make sense. So, and then you come back and say, what if I divide? If I say 22 divided by 18, is it going to make sense? Will it make sense? Okay, can you guys hear me? Because no is saying I'm glitching, but my network is perfect. Okay, they can hear me. Oh, okay, good. Maybe Neo, it might be your network. Remember, you have network. I also have network, ne? Okay, thank you guys. Okay, so Neo, they're saying they can hear me. Yeah, maybe it's yours. And then you come to divide. And if you say 22 divided by 18, this means that 18 goes into 22 how many times? It goes once. So does it mean that the teacher will need 1 rand? You see, it doesn't make sense. Okay, then you come, okay, I cannot subtract, I cannot divide. And then you ask yourself, now, which 2 operations am I left with? You are left with multiplication, because multiplication means more and addition means more. So if I say add, will I say 22 rands plus 18 boxes? And then I get 40. So will the teacher need 40 rands to buy 18 boxes if one box costs 22 rands? Will 40 rands buy 18 boxes? You see, you're making sense of your thinking, because we want you guys to be analytic. We want you to think. And then you're like, no, I cannot add, right, Busi? You say, nah, I cannot add because a teacher will need 40 rands to buy 18 boxes if one box costs 22 rands. So then there is one operation left, and that operation is multiplication. And then you say, okay, if I multiply, oh, okay, I think multiplication will make sense. You see how you arrive to the operation. So it's very important to get the operation right. If you get the operation right, anyway, there is a mark. If it's multiplication and then you actually multiply, even if you didn't multiply correctly, you still get 1 mark, by the way, because multiplication is 3 marks, guys. So if you multiply, the teacher will be like, oh, okay, so this one can actually think, huh? So this one thought that we have to multiply. So there was some thinking that happened. But if I see that you say 22 minus 18, I'm like, okay, let me keep quiet. So that is what happens. So that those are the line of thinking that you have to go through when you do problem solving. I hope you understand, and I hope you remember me every time you see a problem solving. When you're sitting in the exam, you'll be like, Kana, what did ma'am, that ma'am, I haven't forgotten her name, but I haven't forgotten what she said. She said, you must ask yourself this and this, and does your answer make sense? And then you will get it right. So the first thing that you have to do, obviously, we have to estimate. And then if you see here on the estimation, oh, okay, I think people are answering for the subtraction part. All right. So let's estimate by rounding. So you see here, we are multiplying an 18, a 2 by 2 digit number. And if you still remember, I said, if it's a 2-digit number, 18 is a 2-digit number because it's 1 and 8, and those are 2 numbers. So we call them 2-digit numbers, especially for those that were not with us. So if you're multiplying a 2 by 2 digit number, you have to round off to the nearest 10. And then if you're multiplying a 3-digit number, we round off to the nearest 100. If we're multiplying, if you have a 4-digit number, you round off to the nearest 1,000. That's how we roll. And then if we round off 18 to the nearest 10, we can see that 18 to the nearest 10, the answer is 20, right? We know rounding off. And then we multiply 20 with 22. So we say 20 multiplied by 22. And then remember when we did, was it on Friday? We said 20 is 2 times 10. So when you break down 20 according to the factor pairs, 20 is 2 times 2. Then we say 22 times 2, it gives us 44. And then we add a 0 of the 10. So then the estimated sum, or the estimated money that the teacher has to have, is 420. 440. So even if the teacher estimates and carries 440, that 440 should be enough, right? And then when we come to the actual calculation, you see I played around with methods so that if you did not master any method when we're doing the strategies, you can be able to master them now. So looking here, I think I've been talking too much. I want someone to explain this one. This one, the breaking down. I'm tired of talking and my voice is running away, guys. Let me see whose hand is raised. How come I don't see whose hand is raised, but you guys have, okay, all right, I see now. Okay, I'm going to unmute JK. JK, morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Good.
Okay, all right. Can you kindly explain this one for us? Though I worked out things, I just want you to take us through. You can start.
Okay.
JK, are you talking? Oh, okay, all right. I thought it's my network. All right.
So 18 times so first you separate, you put 18 times 20, then
we are on this one, eh? So you break down. We are on this one, the red one, the red part.
Okay. So first you say 18 times 10, 8 times 10 times 20.
Okay, start with breaking it down here. how did we get this top one? Because maybe someone doesn't understand how we have the brackets here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
First, you break down 18. Say 10 plus 8.
Mm-hmm.
Then you break down the 22.
Mm-hmm.
Say 20 plus 2.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then what does this breaking down entail? What does it mean?
It means
Okay, it means that this 10 has to multiply everything on the second bracket, and the 8 have to multiply everything on the second bracket. Okay, you can multiply for us now.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
10 times 20
Mm-hmm.
is when you break it down by
Mm-hmm.
just saying 1 times 2.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then you see, and then you times 1 times 2,
Mm-hmm.
and that equals 2.
Mm-hmm.
And you add the 2 zeros.
Well done. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. You are right. And then the answer is 200. And then the next one.
You times the 1
Mm-hmm.
with the 2,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be 2. And then you
Mm-hmm.
add the 0, which would
Mm-hmm.
make 20.
Yes, you are right. And then the next one.
Times 8
Mm-hmm.
times 2,
Mm-hmm.
and 8 times 8 times 2 equals 18.
16.
16.
Mm-hmm.
Then you put the one.
The 10.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And the last one is
You times 8. You times 8 with 2, and that will equal 16.
16 years. Okay, thank you so much, JK, for giving us that breakdown. Okay, so then if we add them together, and then the answer is 396. So does 396 now makes I have to have 396 rands in order to buy 18 boxes that cost 22 rands each. So this 396 is going to be enough. You see? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, all right. So if you think, oh, there goes my internet. If you if you feel like your volume is low, you also have to adjust your own volume. Ne? You have to adjust your own volume, as Butle have discovered there. All right, and then, okay. So the next one, look at these pictures of fruit and find the cost of number A. So we have pictures of fruits there. Okay, people have, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Yes, ma'am. Just one person to say yes. All right, thank you. Okay, good. Okay, so look at these pictures of fruit and find the cost of A, 6 kgs of bananas. B, I see people have raised their hands. I'm going to give you a chance to answer these ones. B, 10 kgs of grapes. C, 150 apples. So that is the question, right? Okay, Amanda said yes, Ethan yes. Shem, no, I think your network, your network doesn't love you today. Okay, everyone say they can hear me, it's okay. So I hope your network comes through for you, Neo. So if we can see the pictures here, let's see who is going to do for bananas. It said the bananas are going to cost 9 rands per kg, 9 rands per kg. Okay, all right, thank you guys. I'm going to unmute Ethan. And then, yeah, if you can talk a little, not faster, but put some oomph on your answering, that would be cool for saving time. Ethan, I have unmuted you.
Hello.
Hello, Ethan. So okay, so it says 1 kg of banana costs how much, Ethan?
9 rand.
9 rands. And then the question says how many kgs should we look for?
6 rand.
6
6
kgs. So which operation are we going to use?
the multiplication operation.
Yes, the multiplication. So we're going to say what times what?
9 times 6.
9 times 6. And what is 9 times 6?
54.
54. 54 what? Bananas?
54 rands.
Yes, 54 rands. Thank you so much, Ethan, for answering. You are right. And then I'm going to unmute Faith. Okay, I'm going by the line on the names that I'm seeing. Faith, you are going to do number B for us, and you are unmuted. Hi, Faith.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you?
Fine, thanks, and how are you?
I'm also good. Okay, so you are finding the 10, you are finding what, the grapes, ne?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you see how much per kg they cost?
Yes, ma'am.
How much do they cost?
26 rand.
26 rands per kg. And how many kgs are you finding?
10 kgs.
Okay, so how do you find it? What is the operation? Let's start with the operation. What are you going to use? Are you going to subtract?
No,
What are you going to
we're
do?
gonna say 26 times 10.
And what is it
And
that you know about multiplying by 10?
you got to, ma'am, you gotta say 26 rand times 10 kgs equals to 260. So you have to put the kgs.
Yes, 260 rands. We put the rands, yes. And also, Faith, remember we said that when any number that you multiply by 10, we just add the 0 at the end. Remember that one?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Also apply it here. Thank you so much, Faith,
Yes,
for
ma'am.
answering. Okay, so Faith have answered correctly. And then the next one that I'm going to unmute is, okay, they're written as Jordan family. I know Jordan family, you are unmuted.
Ma'am,
Yes.
I can't see the wallpaper of you, ma'am.
You can't see that?
The wallpaper, like the stuff that they're talking about.
So you can't see the work?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Let me see. Who else cannot see what is projected? Let's see, what time is it? 35. Okay. Okay, I can. Okay, may I do see? Okay, I don't know. I think maybe it's your network. Okay. Okay, the others are saying they can see the work. Okay. I don't know. Maybe try to, are you using Wi-Fi? Okay. Okay, I'm going to mute Jordan. Okay, others they're saying they can see properly. Okay, so if they can see, then I think it's from that side. Okay, so the next person that I'm going, let me lower the hand. The next person that is
Yes,
on the line.
ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. We are.
Or can you see it?
No, ma'am.
Not. Okay, all right. Okay, I don't know. Okay, I don't know why she can't see. I hope she comes right. Okay, so the next person that I'm going to unmute is on the line. It's Amanda. Not because you said I can unmute you. No, you went the next one on the line. Hi, Amanda.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm okay, and you, ma'am?
I'm also good. Okay, so you are doing the apples. Can you see how much
Yes.
one apple? How much does one apple cost?
3 rand.
3 rands. And how many apples should you find?
We should find 150.
Okay, so should you say 3 plus 150?
No.
I know. We should say
We sh-
3 minus 115, eh? Yes, I got
No,
it.
we should say
Not, Amanda.
3 rand times 150.
Oh, so we must use times. Okay, all right.
Yes.
And then take us through how to get the answer then.
So then we're going to break 150 and we're going to times it 3 times.
Okay. Okay, yes.
So 100 times 3 equals to 300. 50 times 3 equals to 150.
What is 150?
0.
What number
Pardon,
is
ma'am?
150? What number is 150?
50 times 3.
No, I mean, is there any number called 150? Amanda?
150, ma'am.
Thank you, 150. Because I was going to my maths dictionary to check, is there any number 150? I'm yet to see it. 150, yes. And then?
Then there's 0 times 3. You can't multiply something by 0, so then the answer will be 0.
Yes, we learned about that property of 0, ne?
Yes.
And then?
So now, after getting all our answers, we're going to add the units first. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 5, it's basically adding nothing, so it's still 5. Then 3 plus 1, it's 4.
And
Then
then
you
is that
get your
right?
answer.
Okay.
Then you have to pay 450 rand for 150 apples.
That's a lot of money, ne? Okay, thank you
Yes.
so much, Amanda. Okay, yes, you are right. You have explained it right. I'll just move on to the next slide. Okay, thank you, Amanda. And those that are answering, guys, thank you so much for answering. I hope the Jordan family is really coming right with with seeing things. Okay, so the next one, let's solve this one. So here is a recipe for making biscuits. So this is Zoe making biscuits. And then the recipe says, I'll unmute you guys, don't worry. Today we're going to eat more time. We'll end at 10 to 10, Shem. Okay, so the recipe is 90 grams of flour, 50 grams of butter, 60 grams seeds, and 30 millimeters water. So that is a recipe for making biscuits. So Zoe has 100 grams of butter to make some biscuits. How much flour, seeds, and water will be needed? And explain what you needed to do to get to the answer and why. So there's a recipe for making biscuits, and then Zoe has more flour now. So how much of the other ingredients will Zoe need? Okay, maybe there's someone who's saying, Ma'am, I can okay, can you really make that? Okay, Faith, I don't know. I don't know, can we really make that what? Let me see. I see people are raising their hands and I think they want to answer. So I'm going to unmute Naledi. Naledi, okay, your hand is up. Okay, Naledi, you are unmuted. Okay, all right, Naledi there. Okay, I think she muted herself again. Okay, Neo Shongwani. Okay, I'm going to unmute Neo. Neo Shongwani. To Neo's. Neo,
People are crying. I don't understand.
you don't understand.
They are not jokes.
Okay, all right. Okay, Lutando. I'm going to unmute Lutando. Okay, Neo, then listen. I think maybe Lutando understands, I think. And then, but I'll also assist Lutando. Lutando, you are unmuted. Lutando? Lutando. Okay, let me mute. Lutando, you raised your hand, right? I'm going to unmute you. You are unmuted. Okay, all right. I don't know. Luthando. Oh, okay. Faith is asking if this recipe is the true one. I don't, Faith. I don't know. If you make those ones and then you don't get biscuits, I don't know. Okay, you're so funny. Okay, maybe try that. But you, I don't. Tell me how it goes. Okay. Okay. Now, Tafika. Okay, let me unmute Tafika.
Hello,
Tafika.
ma'am.
Hi, Tafika.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine, thanks. And how are you?
Ma'am, they're going to need 50 grams and 50 grams more of each ingredients. And
Okay, let's start with flour. Okay, let's start with flour. So, okay, the butter, the recipe needed for the butter is 50 grams of butter, right? And then
Yes.
Zoe has 100 grams. Okay, Tafika has 100 grams of butter. So how much flour is Tafika going to need?
To make it 100 grams or
100 grams.
ma'am,
You're saying we make it 100 grams. Okay.
they're going to need 10 grams.
10 grams more. But
Yes.
Tafika, let's check, my dear. The butter needed was 50 grams. And then you have 100 grams of butter. So to move from 50 going to 100, what happened? Also think about what we did yesterday and what we did now in the beginning of the lesson. We did some things. There was 2 things that we did.
We did halving and doubling.
Yes, thank you. So now what do you think happened to the butter? Because 50 grams of butter is needed. But now what did you think Zoe did? What did Zoe do to the
Zoe
butter?
doubled.
Yeah, Zoe doubled. So if Zoe doubled the butter, shouldn't then she double other ingredients?
They should.
Exactly. Otherwise, it means that those biscuits are going to have more butter. Remember, she wants to balance the biscuits. She wants to balance the recipe. So now, how much flour? How much flour will then Zoe need?
She'll need 180 grams.
She'll need 180. You are right. And then what about the seeds?
She'll need 120.
Exactly. And what about the water?
She'll need 60.
Yes, she'll need 60. Yes, she'll need 60 millimeters. So then because one of the ingredients is doubled, then we have to double all. And if one of the ingredients was tripled, then we're supposed to triple all the ingredients. So that is how we do it. Okay, thank you so much, Tafika, for answering. Shem, I think, okay. Luthando, I can see, Shem, your message. I think maybe your volume on your, because we couldn't hear you. And I know you're saying that's what you said, but we could not hear you from our side. I think maybe your volume. That's why I said, I'm sure you have the answer, but we couldn't hear you, my boy. Askisine, don't be sad. I know when you might have had the answer. Okay, so as Tafika said there, we double the flour, so we say times 2, so it's doubling. You see, we're going back to the doubling. So it's 180 grams of flour. So the butter is already 100 grams. So we don't double that one because it's already 100 grams. And then the seeds, it was 60 grams, we double the seeds. And then the water is 30 millimeters, we double the water. So this one is called the rate, ne? It's called the rate. And then also looking at the rate, it says, okay, this one, there is an ice making machine. An ice making machine makes 128 cubes in 1 hour. The machine only operates from 5 p.m. till 11 p.m. Number A question. So this is the information given. An ice machine makes 128 ice cubes in 1 hour, and the machine only works from 5 p.m. or it only operates from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. How many ice cubes can the machine make in 1 day? So we did time. I know you did time in term 1. We did time in term 1. So you have to first, you draw on the knowledge that you know. What is it that you know? How many hours is it from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m.? So, because it says how many ice cubes can the machine make in one day? So grade 5, the first thing that you have to know is how many hours does the machine work in one day? So it's not saying that it's going to, you can't say the answer is 24 hours because this machine does not work 24 hours, right? We are looking at the machine. So yes, you know that one day is, okay, right. Okay, let me just go back to the previous one. For Peu, okay. Okay, Peu, you can take the screenshot. So as Peu is taking the screenshot, so you don't say that I know a day is 24. No, we are told, yes, a day is 24, that you know, but we are told that the machine only operates from 5 p.m. till 11 p.m. And then Jerome said, Faith and Ethan, well done. You said that, praise your teeth. Who said you should eat the ice? Okay, so you guys said it's 6 hours. Ethan, Faith, and Jerome, you said it's 6 hours. Praise, I didn't say you should eat the ice. And then I think they will have taken the picture there. So how do we calculate? Because we are, remember, we are on multiplication. So if you have found 6 hours, then it says it makes one ice cube, so it makes 128 ice cubes in 1 hour. So for 6 hours, is it going to make more or is it going to make less? So you calculate that one. You can take a screenshot of this one and you work it at home. And then number B says, how many ice cubes can the ice machine make if it works on all 31 days in January? Please take a screenshot of this one and then you work it out for me at home. So this is now some of your homework. So how many ice cubes can the ice machine make if it works all 31 days? So your answer, just to give you a clue, your answer has to be influenced by what you get. If number A, you get a wrong answer, right? Number B will be wrong. So your number A should be correct so that your number B can be correct. So that is your homework. And then I'm going to skip this one because I don't want you to copy. And then this is the number B part of it. I'll skip it because I want you to actually work it on your own, right? Okay, so I had a fun activity there, but now because of time, okay, we can just skip that one. You can go back and watch it on YouTube. So in summary, with problem solving involving multiplication, you can, as I've said, you can choose which method you want to use and then make sure that you read and understand the problem. Make sure that you read and understand the problem. Oh, someone, okay, someone have answered already. I don't know if it's the right one. Did they do the right method? I don't know. Okay, so make sure you read and understand the problem. And then next week, it was supposed to be next week, actually tomorrow. So tomorrow we are starting with properties of 3D objects. Grade 5s, before you go, can you please bring me tomorrow with you? Bring a roll of tissue paper, bring a box, bring a ball, bring anything that looks like a 3D object, because I want you to do, when we are doing something, I want you to actually see. So for this whole week, you have to have these objects when we are doing the lessons. Remember that other time it was bringing your rulers. Now you can even bring a cube, bring a dice, bring a box, bring any 3D object so that you can relate to what we are doing. So that's what we are doing tomorrow. And then, yeah, that brings us to the end of the lesson. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. And please be on time. Bye, guys. Be on time. Yes, Zara, you were right. That answer is right. Okay. Oh, Beo Shem with the young brother. Okay, thank you. Bye, guys. Oh, love you too, Rikoto. Bye, Jibrail. Jibrail, you're always early. I'm going to give you an award for being early. Okay, bye, guys. Bye. Love you too, Zara. Amanda, you will die if you saw